starting the fire at 10 a.m. and we're gonna burn it like a wood burning stove. We're gonna run it all day long. It's about 10 a.m. First, we're gonna open the flue, and also we're out of fire starters, so we're gonna use paper on the bottom to light the fire. We're gonna see how effective that is. We'll just throw some paper in there. We'll put that on the bottom right there, and then you put the smallest piece of kindling right over here, or the fat wood, and then we'll throw some kindling over here. Make it like a teepee, and then you put small pieces of wood right over here. You stack it up. And now we'll light the match up. Well, look at that. Look how quick that is. Hopefully it starts the fire. You want to keep it towards the center. Okay, we're going to try that again and then quickly shut the door. You can see how much paper I added now. And get the flue warmed up. Oh, that's getting a little close. Let me close the door quickly now. Okay, about 30 seconds and you can see it's starting good. The kindling's catching fire, so just want to close the door to get it started, and then we'll open it up. You have to put a lot of pieces of paper, like about 4 or 5 napkins. One didn't do it. Okay, about a minute later and we have a roaring fire. We could open the door and I'll add a piece of wood. I didn't want to add a piece of wood because the other day I added some wood and it took a whole hour because it was too big of a piece of wood. Look at that. You can see it's starting to catch again. This is about the second round of firewood, but I've been going light the first 2 rounds because it's been to get it started, and then it's been a little warm in here. It's the daytime. I don't want it too hot. Okay, I just took the last 2 pieces off the firewood rack. We'll have to get some more. We just burned about 6 pieces of wood. We went light. We probably would have went through 10 or 12 by now. About 10. Actually, we probably only went through 4 because we had kindling and the other thing in the beginning and the fat wood, but now we're gonna add some more wood. There's another piece of wood right over there. This is number 5. This is number 6. You can see I got another round of wood. I got about 10 pieces of wood. You can see the third round about an hour later. We're going a little bit quicker through the wood, but it's only lasted an hour, but that's because I'm only adding 2 pieces at a time instead of about 3 or 4. Look at that. This is 11:30 now. We started about 10:30-ish. The 12 o'clock update now. You can see we're getting halfway down of this round of wood. We'll need another round of wood in about 15-20 minutes, maybe 30. Okay, it's 12:15 and we're gonna add round 4. I think this is 7 to 8 piece. And check out this firewood. It might have got wet. You can see a little bit of moss growing on it. It's a little orangey yellow right over there. Looks kind of cool. Ten minutes later and it's going well. It's going good now. Okay, it's 12:45, about 2 hours, 15 minutes later, and I closed the door because it's getting a little warm and the sunshine is hitting out from about 12:45 in the afternoon. Okay, it's 1:30, an hour and 15 minutes, and these 2 pieces of wood are still burning. I had the door closed, so maybe that closed it off, so maybe it was burning slower. It was like closing the damper on a wood-burning stove. And now I opened it up for a little bit more heat because it cooled down. It got a little hot, then I closed the door, and then it cooled down, and now I have it back up to warm the house up again. Now 1:45, and I'm feeling the wood burning stove life right now. Keep feeding the fireplace with more wood. Hopefully that doesn't cut it out. You could see it's smoking a little bit because I cut it off a little bit, the ventilation, but you can see it's starting to catch a little bit on the side. And about any second now it should start, otherwise I'll shut the doors to get it going again. You could see it starting up now as I close the door. Oh, I think I just missed it. I closed the door too much, now the heat's coming on. Oh boy, I added too big of a piece of wood. I had to push it to the side and then eventually it'll drop down, but I have to watch it closely as it falls down because it was starting to smoke and I had to keep the door closed because it wasn't heating up, firing up. Okay, 8 minutes later and it just caught now the second piece, so I pushed it down so it doesn't fall off the grate, and I'm going to add another piece of wood or two in a few minutes. Okay, it's 2 o'clock and it's taking a while for it to start, so we're going to add another piece of wood right there. We'll give it about 10-15 minutes and then I'll add another log because I don't want to kill it down again. Okay, it's about 2:15 and I'm going to open the door. This is how I got it to I got it drafting to get some more to catch and light, and now I'm going to add another piece to add some more wood because it dropped down to about 69, 68 in the house. The thermostat came on and then we want to add some more heat. It dropped from like 71, 72 to down to 6 on the edge of 68 to 69, so if it gets below 69 degrees I'll have to add more wood, and if it gets above 71 I'll cool it down because then I get overheated at 71, 70-ish. Firewood to add more heat. Might add another piece or two in 10-15 minutes. Okay, it's 2:30 and now here's the last two pieces I'm going to put on the wood, and then I'll have to go for another round of wood. Okay, it's 2:30 now and this piece is probably too big, so I'll just put this little one on the top. And we'll wait a while because I was going to put it on the side, but it might be too big. Okay, it's about 2:50. I'm going to add another piece of wood on the top. It's raging now. About 35 minutes later and you can see it's still burning good. Look at how muddy the yard is right over here, and I'm gonna go get some more firewood. This should be good enough till about 7 or 8 o'clock. Have to be careful, it's getting super hot now. Whew. I burned my finger too before. Check that out, look at that. Those ash, those coals. We had this whole thing cleaned out this morning. You can see it's almost filled up. And holy cow, the floor is baking. I'm gonna have to get some gloves for that because it's baking up there. I don't want to burn my hand, and you can smell the smoke in the house. It's unusual. We never burned the fire this long, and it's getting overheated. About 4 o'clock, I think, in about 5.5 hours of burning the firewood, I'm starting to get a little fatigue. I'm out here with my coat, without a coat, and it's 32 degrees out here. It's freezing, or 30 degrees. It dropped 2 degrees, and drinking lots of water to stay hydrated so I don't get fatigued. We're gonna see how long we can keep the fire going. This is an interesting day. We never done this before. Okay, it's 4:20. We're gonna add some more wood right over there. This is a huge piece of wood. Right there. That one's gonna be a 2-hour log right there. Look at the size of that behemoth right there. It's massive. It's the size of 2-3 pieces of wood right there. Look at that. You can see it's starting to catch. It's gonna take a while until it gets really big. Look at the size of that piece of wood right there. That's for like a wood burning stove right there, the size of that piece of wood. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna add a small piece in the back right there. Okay, we won't be doing this too often because we just entered our 20th piece within 5.5 hours from 10:30 this morning. Okay, 550. We're gonna add some more wood right over here. 2 more logs. It should catch in a few seconds. Okay, it's about 6:15 and we're gonna add 2 more pieces of wood. You can see it caught nicely. It's 6:15 and I got 4 more pieces of wood because I want to keep it going a little bit longer. Okay, 6:20, I'm gonna add 2 more small pieces. You can see it almost died out, and now we're gonna put 2 more pieces of wood right now at 8:10 p.m. We should have got a Bella, one of those hand pumps, because after 20 puffs we got it going. We could have shut the door. Okay, 9:10, we put the last 2 logs on, so we've been burning for about 10.5 hours now. Okay, it's 10:30, 12 hours later we had the fire, and you can see it just died. It's dying out now. In a half hour the embers would be out, about 11 p.m. Okay, it's 11 o'clock now. Close the flue because it's 10 degrees out. We don't want the cold air. See, look how much ash we burned yesterday from 12 hours. That's 29, 30 pieces of wood right there. Just notice I felt it right here, and look, it's still warm the next morning. This is about 20 hours later, 22 hours, and it's still warm, so we're gonna keep the flue open a little bit longer. It's a good thing we noticed that.